Joining us now is Aimee Keegan, and she is with the ACLD. Welcome to the show. How are you, Aimee?
Very well, thanks. Thanks for having me.
So you've been a guest before. I've been a longtime fan of ACLD. Tell us what that group does.
So ACLD provides enviable lives for children and adults across Long Island. We help them to promote independence and to be able to pursue relationships in the community. And we have over 100 locations where we carry out our vital programming.
When I first heard about your organization, it was many years ago, and you didn't even have like the group homes or anything. So it's amazing that you have all of that in place right now. So how many participants do you have each year that you're helping and working with them?
So we work with more than 1,300 people. We've grown over the last 10 years to 49 homes. We're
Okay.
actually searching for our 50th home.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We are in the community. We also have 2 preschools in Bayshore, so we've just seen a huge growth in the last 10 years.
When ACLD started, it was just a group of parents, correct?
Yes.
So tell us about those early days.
So back then, there really were no places to turn if you had a child or an adult that had a developmental disability. So a group of parents banded together to start out these vital services with something as simple as camp, summer camp for their children, and it grew into what we have today.
Day programs, all types of things, correct?
We have a day program, center-based and also community-based, where we have hub sites throughout the community that offer volunteerism to local organizations. So we partner a lot with the communities that helped us to get to where we are.
Speaking of getting to where you are, the programs that you have, like the employee, like one of the things is that ACLD actually puts people to work.
Yes.
Part of having an enviable life is that you're able to find them work and employment, and you also do training. So what are some of the, not companies that you work with, but the ways that people are out in the community now?
So we actually work with more than 100 companies on Long Island in all various stages of employment. So we might have somebody that's looking for employment opportunities but is not yet ready to take the next step. So they have to learn pre-vocational skills, or maybe they found what they really want to do but they need a little bit more support in that. So what we do is provide all of these different types of services to get them to a place where they can be more independent and find employment in the community. We also have a lot of employers in the community that haven't yet hired our folks, but are actually helping to train them in the interview process. So we go in and do mock interviews with them. And it's really great because it provides a lot of great feedback for the folks who are looking for employment.
You've also launched businesses, right? Through the years, you've had different types of things, whether it was renewable, where it was like laundry, or cooking programs, or different candles, different types of things, right?
So we, like many others, have had to look to ourselves to figure out how we can provide more opportunities for folks.
Okay.
And back, gosh, it's been probably about 8 years since ReWearable first started it, and it's a clothing collection program that provides employment for our adults. And they go out into the community. We run drives. They help to collect and sort the clothing. And it's just another way for us to provide skills for folks who maybe aren't yet ready to find employment. But we have also had people who've done so well at ReWearable that they have found employment opportunities in the community. And that's something that we really look forward to.
You personally, Aimee, what made you decide to work for nonprofits? You have the skill sets, right? You're very brilliant, right? You could work anywhere in the whole entire world. What made your track be in the nonprofits?
I think it's really the human factor.
Okay.
I think once you have an experience and you get to work at a nonprofit like ACLD, it really kind of soaks into your whole being. It becomes a part of who you are, and it really doesn't exactly feel like work when you go to one of these agencies. It really feels like you're helping to make someone else's life a little bit better, and that in turn helps me feel good too.
I like the fundraisers too that you have in the community. I've been able to go to some of the galas that you've had, and it's just, I guess, the connection, between the people that work there and the participants, right? It just seems like you can't really tell the difference. It's all one group of ACLD.
Yes, I know you've been to our gala before, so you've seen it firsthand, where everyone's really just there to have a great time. We're there to celebrate ACLD and raise vital funds for it, but we're also there to have a good time and bring a little bit more joy and warmth into the ACLD family. And so I think it's something that you really see when you come to our events firsthand.
And I thank you for how you've helped me grow as a person over the years with opportunities to like make a difference. It's been so nice, whether I'm, doing a guest speaking thing or, we're bringing the show. I love, like, it's one of those highlights for me in my journey that really sets itself apart in a way, right? Because I get so much from the people that come up and talk to me, right? It just fills my whole spirit with joy. Speaking of that, that's how I first learned about the Besser rooms. Because we have a Besser room here, which is an immersive experience, right? But it was the very first time I ever saw that at one of your events, where I walked into this room and there were like fish. It was like walking into an aquarium, and I'm like, what is this? And they're like, well, we have these, and you built the very first one at the ACLD. What is the immersive Besser room experience there? How do you utilize it? And you call it something special. What do you call it?
That first one is the Zen room.
The Zen room. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So that Zen room there that we opened in 2021 was our very first experience with it. And it provides all of this sensory and immersive technology for the folks who attend that particular program that's focused around people with autism. And it just provides all these different experiences. We have a safari that they can drive through in a prop car. And for someone who may not be able to drive on their own, it really just gives them freedom and independence that they wouldn't know otherwise. And it became so popular at that small program that we actually fundraised the next year and brought it to our center-based program in Bethpage. And we just finished construction on our third one in Hop Hog.
Congratulations. And they are really cool.
They
So
are.
it does give someone the opportunity. And I also think it's good for like memory, or just kind of tangible connections, if you will. Like having the opportunity to go through a safari and drive through the safari, and you take a left and you get to see like a giraffe, and then you turn and you get to see the zebras and things like that. They might not have that ability to drive through a safari like someone else that's typically able to do.
And the technology has grown with us through the years too. So what it looked like the first room to what it now is in the third room is something completely different. So we're very lucky to have partnered with them and to really have the opportunity to just create new opportunities for the folks that we support. So we're looking forward to adding more in the future.
Lovely. And if someone has aged out, right? So they might be in special needs and they might be in a regular mainstream school, correct? But then now they're out of high school, and now they're looking around and they don't have an opportunity. Can you onboard somebody individual? Can an individual be referred to your group? Or does it have to come through like a doctor's office or a school, or how does that work?
So it has to go through OPWDD, which is our governing agency.
Okay, tell me what that is again.
So it's the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities.
Okay, so they would contact the Office for People with Developmental Disabilities.
Yes, they have a Long Island office, which is the Long Island Regional Office.
Okay.
And they start the process there through their front door is what they call it.
Great. I know that you also reach out to all types of organizations nationwide, right? You are the leader in this, I guess you would say vertical. You are one of the leaders, one of the leading groups across the United States. How does that make you feel when you go to an event and you're able to say that you work for the ACLD?
Oh, it makes me feel like we are really doing a lot of good work in the world, and certainly that we have a bright future ahead of us.
You certainly do. I appreciate you. You are, like I said, you're brilliant. I see the tenacity that you have. You're a mom, you're raising your own family, you have a lot of responsibilities in the position that you have, and you always seamlessly, Aimee, just have it together. So at least that's the outward appearance you give to all of us. But congratulations to you. How long have you been there now?
It'll be 10 years in June.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
You're a shining star. So thank you for being here with us today. And you're also part of the Philanthropy Network as well, correct?
Yes, we actually were the first site where they hosted an event to have folks come and help beautify our gardens.
Wonderful. And if there's any other organizations across the United States or even in the world and they needed to reach out to you for advice, would you be willing to give it?
Absolutely.
Love that. Thank you, Aimee Keegan. Well, there you have it. If you're somebody that wants to make a difference in the world, you could reach out to Aimee Keegan. And thank you for watching.